Okay, so once again, Assalamu alaikum and a very pleasant evening to all of you all. So today we are going to be studying the poem To the Evening Star by William Blake. Okay, so the evening star is a planet. Okay, so evening star is referred to the planet Venus. Okay, so if you all do not know that, evening star is referred to the planet Venus. So there is a backstory why behind the reason why William Blake wrote this poem. Okay, so why do you all think that William Blake has written this poem? Just you can share your idea. Okay, why do you all think? What is the reason behind this creation? He could have written about something else, right? About something like other things, like there's a lot of other things, right? Like humor, conflict, or something else like that. So why did he write this kind of a poem? Just y'all can give your suggestions. Like behind every creation there is a reason, no? Like why do they have to do it? So why do you think William Blake wrote this poem? Y'all have to speak, okay?
Maybe instead of always doing about humor and funny stuff, he wanted to do more about love and more about more about that type.
Okay, good. Something else? Others? Okay. So William Blake was an English poet. Okay, so he's a British person. Just write that down. William Blake is an English poet. So he was a painter. He was a printmaker. Like he played a lot of roles in his life. Okay. So other than that, he is a very good poet in the history of English poetry and visual arts. Okay. So yeah, so this mainly we call this poem as an ode. Okay, so that is the main thing. That's the main point. Okay, we refer this poem as an ode. So what is ode? Does anyone of you all know what is ode? O-D-E, ode. So ode means an addressing poem. Okay, so here in the heading itself, you all can see to the evening star. So this is by William Blake. This William Blake, he's addressing to the evening star. In the heading itself, they are telling these lines are addressed to the evening star, not for anyone else. This is to the evening star. So we call this poem as an ode, which means an addressing poem. We are telling it to someone. We are addressing it to someone. Okay, y'all can write that down also. So other than that, can you all say whether it is a sonnet or not? Is it a sonnet? Do you all know what is a sonnet? Yes means yes, no means no.
Is it something, a sonnet is something that expresses what, sadness?
No, that is elegy. No, elegies are the poem which expresses sadness. Okay, so a sonnet means a sonnet contains two parts. Okay, a sonnet contains two parts as octave and sestet. Okay, just take this clearly into your minds. A sonnet is a poem which contains 14 lines. Okay, that is the practical theory behind this sonnet part. So a sonnet is a poem which contains 14 lines. So this sonnet is divided into two parts as octave and sestet. Okay, octave and sestet. So octave is the first 8 lines of the poem, and sestet is the last 6 lines of the poem, which is altogether makes a 14. Okay, so a sonnet is a poem which contains 14 lines, which is divided into two as octave and sestet. So octave is the first 8 lines of the poem, and sestet is the last 6 lines of the poem. So all you have to do is put curly brackets for the first 8 lines and write it as octave, and put another curly bracket for the last 6 lines and put it as sestet. Okay, so I won't be repeating these stuffs. You all have to do it for your own knowledge. Okay. All right, so first of all, I'll read this poem and then I'll go line by line. To the Evening Star by William Blake. thou with unrests on the mountains, light thy bright torch of love, thy radiant crown put on, and smile upon our evening bed. Smile on our loves, and while thou drawest the blue curtains of the sky, scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes in timely sleep. Let thy west wind sleep on the lake, speak silence with thy glimmering eyes, and wash the dusk with silver. Soon, full soon, dost thou withdraw, then the wolf rages wide. And then the lion glares through the dun forest. The fleeces of our flocks are covered with thine sacred dew. Protect them with thine influence. Okay, so this poem, I'll tell you all what is the reason behind the creation. Okay, so here, first of all, do you all know in your history book there is a lesson called Industrial Revolution, right? So in that, what do you all mainly study? We study about the child labor, the women abuse, and everything, right? So in that, when industrialization took place, when the development of technology and the development of manufacturing goods and services took place in the whole wide world, so mainly it started in Great Britain, right? So this poem is a little bit historical, but there are a lot of things to remember. Okay, so industrial revolution took place in Great Britain, right? So from that country onwards, it spread for the whole worldwide. Even it came to Sri Lanka. So industrial revolution mean what? Modern ways of road, that macadam methods you all might remember. Okay, in history there is this past. So when this industrial revolution took place, do you all know that mega farms? Do you all remember? Like, have you all studied that part? They combine the farmlands of the poor people and they combine it together and make it as a mega farm, the enriching movement or something, right? So that's there in your history book, grade 11, first chapter. Okay, so during this period, William Blake was a poor person who had a portion of land like that. Okay, so what did these white people or the British people do? They combined all, they took, like, they forcefully took all these small land areas from the poor people, and they combined it into one and formed mega farms. So during that time, like, we'll say there were four poor people, four poor farmers. Okay, so they grab all the four land areas of those four farmers and make it as a one farm, and they own it. Okay, so now these four farmers have no work, right? They don't have a proper earning method. So when they have that land, they used to cultivate something and they used to earn and eat. Okay, so now after they forcefully grab these four lands from them, they do not have any other option for their earning. Okay, so they are all poor people now already, they don't have any works or jobs to look after their family. So after these people forcefully do these stuff, they had to face a lot of challenges. Okay, these people had to face a lot of challenges. So during that time, they fighted and they did a lot of protests also. Okay, for asking their land back. So, however, those people, those cruel people, did not agree to give their land back to them. But instead, what did they do? They took all these people and they had to act as labor in their countries. Like, for example, we'll say they had to go to another factory and do human labor. So industrial revolution means there will be a lot of machines and other stuff, right, in factories. So we need human labor to operate those machines. Okay, so however, if there were, like, after industrial revolution took place, a lot of what human labor replaced with machines. Okay, so many people lost their jobs. Why? Because there were machines to do those jobs. So many people lost their job. So however, they needed some people to, like, at least to on the machine and off, they need people, no, they need human labor, no. So அதுக்காக மட்டும் they took those farmers and they, like, sent it to another country like British or somewhere like that. Okay, so they had to work in the factories, and, like, they were under those people, they were under the custody of those people. Okay, so during that time, this William Blake was also a person who had to face such challenges. Okay, so he had to leave his family, he had to leave his other farm animals, his flocks of sheep and everything. Okay, so he had to leave all of them. So now what happens is, now he is in another place, okay, maybe in the same country, another place, or maybe in another country as well. Okay, so here what happens is, so he had to face such a challenge, and he was forcefully taken into another place where he had to miss all his animals, his flocks, and his other loved ones. Okay, so now what is actually happening in this whole poem is, the scenario is, he is at the night time, he is addressing all his pain, all his sorrows, and all his desires to the planet Venus, which is the evening star. Okay, so they call the planet Venus as goddess of love. Goddess means it is a female version of God, right? So a goddess means a female version of God. So they indirectly they say that planet Venus is a female planet. Okay, so that is why they address as goddess. Okay, so other than that, we call that planet as the evening star, the planet Venus, or the goddess of love, goddess of wealth. Okay, so all of these is represented to the planet Venus. So far, I are clear, like the reason behind it. Why did William Blake address it to the evening star? Do you all have any doubts behind the reason of this creation?
No, miss.
Clear, right?
Yes, miss.
How about others? Shafia, Rishma?
Yeah, ma'am. Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, so now we can move on line by line. Okay, so the main scenario is, William Blake is addressing all of his hidden sorrows, sadness, and pain to the planet Venus. So that is a main point which you can include in your critical essay. Okay, so this ode means addressing poem. So now William Blake is addressing his sorrows, his sadness, and his hidden pains to the evening star. So that is why we have the title for this poem as To the Evening Star. So he's telling all these lines to the evening star. Okay. All right. So, thou fair haired angel of the evening. So now we have a lot of techniques in just this one line. So I can give you all a chance to guess and find out the possible techniques. Thou fair haired angel of the evening. Tell me, what do you all find? What are the techniques you all can tell here? One, two, there are three. Come on. The first word itself, there's a technique. What is that? Thou. What language is used there? We have discussed the same parts in other classes, okay? So you all should know. Is it Azan?
Yes, miss.
Let me know once the Azan is over.
Okay, Miss Yazan is over.
Okay. Okay, so in the first line, thou fair haired angel of the evening. So in the first word thou, the archaic language is used. So which means it is not English, okay, it is somewhat of a Latin language. So we call it archaic language or biblical language. Okay, do you all want me to type and send or just note it down? Okay, archaic spelling is ARCHAIC language. Biblical language, both are same, okay? BIBLICAL. So throughout the poem, you all can see this language, okay, archaic language, because it is this poem is written in the ancient time. No? So these words are used more than English. This biblical language, this archaic language, was in use among the society. Okay, so that is why this language is used in this poem. So this word whilst, thou, okay, thy, all of these words are from the archaic language. So in the first word itself, you all can see archaic language. So in archaic language, the word thou means you. Okay, there the word thou is represented for the word you. So when you are reading in English, you can read like you, fair-haired angel of the evening. Okay, so that is the first part. So other than that, we can say a personification also, because an angel, the like it is compared to an angel in the planet Venus, is given the attributes of an angel. So we can say it as personification. So what is the other main technique? Can anyone of you all tell? Now I gave some hints also. Comparing two unrelated things which has something in common. What do we call it? Shafia. Are you all there, girls? Are you all listening?
Yeah, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
So what do you call the technique comparing two unrelated things which has something in common? What is that technique? Okay, so metaphor, okay, write it down. The first line has metaphor, which means comparing two unrelated things which has something in common. So I always repeat this example in all of my classes. So let's say a crow is black in color. Okay, so if we take someone, like when we are comparing, when we want to tell about their skin color, okay, so we tell, like we compare and say that she is as beautiful as a crow அப்படின்னு சொன்னா we are indirectly telling that she is dark in color. Okay, so here what is the main thing? Comparing two unrelated things. A crow and a human is two unrelated things, but they have something in common. So what is that? It is their color. So that is what we call it as metaphor, comparing two unrelated things which have something in common. So here if we come to this example, thou fair-haired angel of the evening. So the planet Venus and the angel are two different things. But what does they have? What does both of them have in common? They both are having fair hair, which means they are beautiful. Both of them are beautiful. That is why they say fair-haired angel of the evening. Okay, so here the technique metaphor is being used. Okay, in the first line, thou fair-haired angel of the evening, the technique metaphor is used. Okay, note it down. Is it clear, girls?
Yeah, Miss.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, fine. Okay, just write it down. Okay, thou fair-haired angel of the evening. So now William Blake has started his verses with the appreciation for the evening star. Okay, so in his initial part itself, he starts appreciating his goddess. Okay, evening star. Okay, now whilst the sun rests on the mountains. So in this, the word whilst is also an archaic language word. So this word in English, its meaning is when. Okay, when. So now when the sun rests on the mountains light. So which means now planet Venus comes at during the night time. Okay, so planet Venus comes during the night time. So before planet Venus, who comes and leaves?
The sun.
Yes, the sun comes and leaves. So now William Blake is telling that all this while sun came and did its work very properly and now it left. So now the whole world is in your hand. Okay, it's telling to the evening star. Now the whole world's light is in your hand. The sun is resting now. So please give us light. So William Blake is addressing. Okay, he's telling now when the sun is resting on the mountains. Okay, now the sun is resting. Why? Because all day long it was providing with light for the people on in the earth. Okay, so now it's telling the sun is resting on the mountains. So now it's time for you to light your bright torch of love. Okay, so see how beautifully he's utilizing the words. All right. So now he's telling, light thy bright torch of love, thy radiant crown put on. So here they usually ask in the exams, they test this part. So what does the word radiant symbolize?
Royalty.
No. What does the word radiant symbolize?
Crown.
No. Radiant crown with an H. So what does the word radiant symbolize?
Bright.
Yes, very good. So the radiant symbolizes bright light. Okay, write that down. Bright light. So at the end of the class, you all should send me a picture of your textbook also. Okay, I just want to check whether you are noting the things down. Okay, so now in the first line, the William Blake addressed to the evening star as angel, which means metaphor was used. So he compared the planet evening star with the angel. So it has fair hair, which means white hair. Okay, so now you all can Venus will look like. It will be beautiful with some hair also. Okay, so now it's telling, now whilst the sun rests on the mountains, light thy bright thy means your. Okay, thy indicator in third line, the first word. So that is your. Light your bright torch of telling the sun was all day long during the daytime. It provided light to the earth. So now it is resting on the mountains. So now it's your turn. Okay, so it's telling the evening star that now it's your turn to light your bright torch. The torch is filled with what? Light and love. Okay, so now it's telling light your torch of love and put your radiant crown, which means automatically the planet Venus is being crowned by the William Blake. Okay, so thy radiant crown put on and smile upon our evening bed. So what do you all think the meaning of this word? Smile upon our evening bed. Is William Blake requesting to smile? Is he requesting to really smile?
No, he's somewhat saying like to admire the beauty of the evening star or the evening night.
No.
Ma'am, to take care of
Smile?
the evening environment.
No. I'm expecting another word.
A
You're somewhat closer.
blessing.
Sorry.
A blessing.
Very good. Excellent. So here, smile means bless. Write that down. Underline the word smile and write it out. Bless. Okay, now it's the night time. No? So what will William Blake do after he addressed these lines to the evening star? He'll go and sleep, right? So now he's telling, smile upon our evening bed. So he's telling, bless for our evening bed. Bless for us for our night. So he's requesting. Okay, this is a kind request. Okay, now he's requesting the evening star to bless their evening bed. So in the next line to the adjacent line, it is there, smile on our loves and smile upon our evening bed, smile on our loves, which means loved ones. So now he is alone. No, all of his animals, all of his flocks and family are away from him. So now he's addressing planet Venus to smile his evening bed and also bless upon his loved ones. Is that clear?
Yes, miss.
Okay. and while thou drawest the blue curtains of the sky. So here, while thou means again it's you, okay? So while thou drawest the blue curtains of sky, scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes. So now it's night time. No? So when evening star is leaving, he will be drawing the blue curtains, which means he will slowly move away and open the curtains from which the blue clouds will come. Okay, so draw us the blue curtains of the sky means slowly the darkness turns into the next day. He's like telling next day. Okay, so now he's telling when you're drawing the blue curtains of the sky, when you're slowly leaving and letting the sun come to us. Okay, now William Lake is requesting scatter thy silver dew. Scatter means like தூவுறன்னு சொல்லுவோம் that. Okay, dew means droplets. Okay, write these stuffs down. Scatter thy silver dew. Scatter means like rainwater, like yeah, sprinkling. And thy silver dew, your silver droplets, which means that is very divine. Okay, so this whole poem is what do you call majestic and divine. It is like some kind of a pure thing. Okay, so these words and
Yeah.
these, yeah,
You mean holy water?
exactly. Okay, holy water. Okay, so y'all can write like that, holy droplets of water. Okay, so this whole poem is like based on holiness, divine, and pure. Okay, you all can see that. Okay, so scatter thy silver dew on every flower that shuts its sweet eyes. So William Blake is requesting the planet Venus that when you are leaving, which means when you are drawing the blue curtains of the sky, it is telling the planet Venus to slowly அந்த பனித்தூள்னு சொல்லுவாங்க தானே அது மாதிரி சரியா to slowly scatter the holiness, to slowly scatter the droplets of water on what, on those flowers which shuts its sweet eyes, which means it is going in timely sleep. Okay, so flowers in the during the night time it slowly like on the covers itself up, no, like when you take sunflower and the other flowers, during the night time it will cover itself up, so when the sun comes and it is morning only it will open. So now William Blake is telling the flowers are tired. Why? Because they gave fragrance and beauty to the environment all day long. Now it's time for them to have a timely sleep. So now, while they are sleeping, you have to scatter your holy droplets of water on the flowers which is in timely sleep, which means which shuts its sweet eyes. Okay, so it was in all day long, it was providing with fragrance and beauty to the environment, so it might be tired. So I kindly request you to the evening star to scatter your holy water, holy droplets of dew to the flowers which is in timely sleep, which means which is shutting its sweet eyes. So my dear ladies, can you all tell me what is the technique used in shuts its sweet eyes?
Personification.
Very good. Another thing?
Alliteration.
Very good. So alliteration. Is it alliteration or repetition? Is it alliteration or repetition?
Alliteration.
Yes, very good. Yes, very good. So there alliteration is used. Y'all better mark it down. Okay, circle all those SS shuts. It's sweet ice and write it as alliteration. So here personification is also used. Why? Because flowers do not have eyes, but human do. So here they have given human attributes to the non-human things, which means personification. All right. So in timely sleep, let thy west wind sleep on the lake. Let thy means your. Okay, so west wind also has alliteration, ww, sleep on the lake, which means it is telling when slowly there is a breeze during night time. No? There is a breeze during the night time. Okay, so at that time it is telling to slowly, when it is like when it is having a, when the nature is having a small breeze, the lake will be sleeping, it seems. Why? Because nature is providing with a small, without a much force or pressure, it has a small breeze அந்த light or காத்து அடிக்கும். So during that time it is telling that the lake is sleeping. Why? Because it is a very fine breeze. Okay, so yeah, let thy west wind sleep on the lake. Speak silence with thy glimmering eye. So, what is speak silence? Okay, now tell me what is the technique used there in speak silence?
Hyperbole.
No. What is the technique used in speak silence?
Auditory imagery.
No. Speak silence. Soon, soon. Just logically think, can you speak while you're in silence? Now tell me what's the technique. Speak silence. Can anyone speak while they're in silent? Can anyone be silent while they are speaking? No, right? So there the technique oxymoron is used. Mark that down. Oxymoron. Or we can call it as paradox, which means giving two opposite things. So, for an example, we'll say a friendly fight. Can someone fight while being friendly? Can someone be friends while they are fighting? No. So, that is giving two opposite meanings. So, here also speak silence means we can't speak while we are silent, and we can't be silent while we are speaking. So, these two are exactly opposite things, that friendly fight, speak silence. So, we have a lot of other things. um, I don't actually get those stuff. So y'all can get the logic behind it, no? So speak silence means no one can speak while they are silent, and no one can remain silent while they are speaking. So here also like friendly fight only. Okay. So these examples we call it as paradox or oxymoron. Okay, mark that down. What is glimmering eyes?
Shining.
Yes, exactly. Shining. Okay. So glimmering gives the meaning of shining. And wash the dusk with silver. So wash the dusk means it is telling wash out the evening time. Okay. With your gloriness. Okay. So soon, full soon, dost thou withdraw, then the wolf rages wide. So soon, full soon. What is the technique used there? Soon, full soon. What's the technique used there? Two words are getting repeated, girls. So what is the technique?
Repetition.
Yes, repetition.
Anaphora.
No, no, no. Anaphora is repeating the first two parts. Like when there's two lines, like farewell to barn and stack and tree, farewell to seven show. So those two are the beginning of the line. So రెండు లైన్లేం starting words same అయిందతాన్, it is anaphora. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so here repetition is the same word is used twice. Soon, full, soon. Dost thou withdraw? So now it's telling as soon as possible after you go, okay, after you like during the night time, what will happen? So this wolf, this lion symbolizes like, like somewhat evil, danger, scary, right? So during the night time, now William Blake is telling, okay, so now very soon, now even very soon, what will happen? The wolf will start to rage wider. Okay, so what does the wolf symbolize? So here we have a lot of things to study about symbolize. Okay, so what does the wolf symbolize? Mm-mm.
The night.
No,
The rise of the moon.
no,
The anger.
no,
Fear.
no. Wolf symbolizes violence. Okay, violence. Write that down. Okay, so William Blake is telling, then the wolf rages wide. So the wolf will start to rage. You all know that at night time the wolf will make a different, odd, unique sound. Okay, so that is called raging. So here the wolf symbolizes violence. So now it is telling soon, full soon. During the night time itself, now in a very short period of time, the wolves will start to rage wider. Okay, so and then the lion glares through the dun forest. So, what does lion symbolize here? Hmm? What does lion symbolize?
Hunting.
No. From grade 6 onwards, what do you all study about lion? Lion is brave, right? So lion symbolizes braveness. Okay, and then the lion glares means staring. Okay, glares through the dun forest. So what does the forest symbolize? A dun forest mean a dark forest. So what does a forest symbolize?
Deep.
Sorry?
Hardship, danger.
No.
Darkness.
Yeah, darkness. And yeah, one is correct, darkness. The other one? Evil. Okay, forest symbolizes evil. So I'll be asking this again. Okay, wolf symbolizes violence, lion symbolizes bravery, radiant crown symbolizes bright light. Okay, so what else did I say? Dun forest symbolizes evil and darkness. Okay, so the fleeces of our flocks are covered with thy sacred dew. Now he's talking about his flocks of animals, which he's missing right now. Okay, so now it is now he's telling the fleeces means the skin of his animals, the skin of those animals. Okay, fleeces means skin. The fleeces of our flocks are covered with thy sacred dew. Now he's telling, I'm not scared. Why? Because my animal skin are covered with your holy water, your sacred dew. Okay, so protect them with thine influence. Protect them with thine means your. Okay, again, biblical language is used. Thine means your. Protect them with thine influence. So, what is influence? What is influence?
Humans.
No. Protect them with your influence. So, what is influence there? Influence means power. Okay, write all these things down. These stuffs will help you all while writing critical essay. Okay, so influence means power. So now William Blake is requesting the Evening Star to protect these flocks of animals with its power. Okay, so now however, William Blake is telling, I am not scared. Why? Because you have covered the fleeces of my flocks with your sacred holy water. So now please protect them. It is a kind request from William Blake to the Evening Star. Okay, William Blake is kindly, politely, and innocently requesting the Evening Star to protect his flocks with his, I mean, with her. Okay, because here it is goddess, no? So William Blake is requesting her to protect his animals with his power. Okay, so here it is fully an ode, which means he's addressing to the Evening Star. This is also called as a song of innocence. Okay, why? Because he's innocently, politely, most calming manner. He's asking he's asking Evening Star to help him with his hardships. Is it clear?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
Okay.
miss.
So, do you all have any doubts with this?
No, miss.
So, we also call this planet as goddess of love, beauty, and fertility. Okay. So, throughout the poem, the poet emphasizes the beauty of the star. Okay, and also he says that planet Venus facilitates love and fertility. What is facilitating love and fertility?
Producing.
Yes, exactly. So planet Venus helps with love and fertility to grow and reproduce. Okay, so what else do you all understand with this poem? Like, you all can share your ideas now. You all can share your overall thoughts. So like, Minha, I think you was 15 minutes late for the class. So at the initial part I told the reason behind this creation. Okay, so why did William Blake create this poem? So can someone explain why? What is the reason?
Ma'am, one thing is his mind is always on religion side, right?
Yeah, yeah. Other thing, what did
But
I say? Shafia, Ifra, Rishma, you all were there, right? So just tell me what is the reason behind his creation?
Thinking.
Hmm? Is that the only thing I told? Ifra, Shafia,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, tell me why. What is the reason behind this creation? Why did William Blake create such a poem?
To express his feelings.
Okay. What is the main reason he lost his job? Because of industrialization. Okay, so industrial revolution is the main thing. So after he gave up with his lands and farms, he had to move away from those, okay, because of the encroaching movement. So after that, what happened? So he had to leave all of his loved ones from that place. So after that, only during that night time, he's expressing all his pain, sadness and worries. He's addressing to the evening star about his loved ones to protect and bless them. So, did you all understand? So,
Yes.
this poem is a sonnet. Sonnet means a poem which contains 14 lines, which will be divided into two as octave and sestet. Octave contains 8 lines and sestet contains 6 lines. The first 8 lines of the poem is called as octave and the last 6 is called as the sestet. So, other than that, metaphor is being used in the first line, which means fair haired angel of the evening. The planet Venus is compared with angel. We can call it as comparing two unrelated things. No, angel is something different and a planet is something else. So, they are comparing both of these, which has something in common, is its beauty and pride. Okay, so here they have compared the fair haired, I mean, the angel and the planet Venus. So we can call it as metaphor. We have personifications, we have alliterations, we have archaic languages, biblical language, and what is the other main technique I told you all? Speak silence. What is the technique used there?
Parad paradox.
A paradox, or what is the other word I told? Oxy, oxymoron. Okay, oxymoron or paradox is the word which we use for such type of a sentence. Okay, so do you all have any doubts? Come on, now you all can speak and share your thoughts. So if there is a critical essay to write how William Blake what beautifies or how does it glorify the nature, what will you all like? What are the points you all will include?
The question.
If they ask you, discuss how William Blake glorifies the nature. What are the lines of examples you all can use?
Put on our love on while thou drawest blue curtains on the sky, scatters it a dew.
Yes, categorize video can be used. And what else?
That its sweet eyes.
Yeah, okay.
We can write how much he gives person-like quality to the evening star.
Okay. Okay, so did you understand this poem?
Yes,
So
miss.
shall we practice some questions? So throughout the question, I'll explain you all if there is any other important parts, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
So I'll forward the question in the group. Okay, just check. Okay, I sent the question in the group. So now it's 7:37. By 7:45, you all have to submit the answers. Okay, start doing now. So while you're doing, if you'll get any doubts or if you all have any questions, you all can ask so we can discuss.